The mission of a local motorcycle show is to provide motorcycle riders, builders, and enthusiasts with the best indoor show option in the country, all while enjoying beautiful Central Florida. Coming up on Polk Place, we'll talk Central Florida Wheels of Steel. Make sure you stick around. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm Brian Lacey, and joining me in studio is Chris Callan. He is with Source Media, and Jason Holloman. He's with Central Florida Wheels of Steel, and a damn fine motorcycle mechanic himself.
Well, thank you.
Chris, welcome to the show. How you guys doing?
Good, good. Thanks for having us today.
Well, we're coming up on, what is this, year number
3? It'll be
year number
annual.
3, Central Florida's Wheels of Steel. How did it start, Jason?
It started 3 years ago when we were approached by the Polk County Early Learning Coalition. They were looking for something a little bit left or right of center than what the typical fundraiser would be to try to raise awareness in the community for their initiatives. So we just sat down with them and I said, listen, there's no indoor custom motorcycle show to speak of here in Florida, and being that we're in Central Florida, we're centrally located to everybody, and so we just got a Rolodex out and called as many builders as we could, and we filled that place up.
And the first two I talked to the first year, Corey Souza,
Yep.
and the guy with the glasses.
Tom Keller.
Tom!
Yeah.
I ran into him down in Miami, and he remembered me.
Oh yeah, that he's got one of those eidetic memories that if he meets you once, you're friends forever.
Every place I've ever run into him, he's like, hey man, how's the TV gig going? I'm going,
Yep.
pretty good.
Yeah, right?
So didn't get to make it to last year's, but let's talk a little bit about last year and this year. What are we looking at, and how have we improved from the first year?
Well, so the first year was, obviously you have all your growing pains, all the things you don't necessarily know. You have like this idea how it's going to look, and then when you put it all together, some things go better than expected, some things don't hit the mark that you wanted them to, but by and large, we were able to get about 1,000 people into the RP Funding Center on a one-day show. Second year, obviously, everybody had the same challenge that they were trying to overcome. Some of the event activations basically didn't happen, and so we were proud that we were actually able to go through the whole process. We moved it to a 2-day event. We still, retained the use of the RP Funding Center, which is to me is a world-class venue. They really roll out the red carpet. And so last year we were able to bring in Source Media. Because some of the activations around the country were canceled or postponed, Source Media had this brand new media van and this whole thing that they have the ability to do where they can kind of, what we call like a pop-up activation, where they came in with television, they came in with podcasts, they came in with print media, and so we decided to partner with them for the foreseeable future and make them part of the actual operations team. So we were able to do a lot of media over a 2-day period last year, and so this year we're going to do another 2-day event, and it's going to be even bigger because we're still carrying that momentum on, and we're seeing builders coming from as far as California this year, where maybe it was the middle of the country last year. So we're growing.
Chris, I want to talk to you a little bit about Source Media. Being within the business and being a biker, talk to me a little bit. I mean, honestly, there are so many avenues to pursue if you're a biker. And you've obviously jumped on this. Talk to me a little bit about what it takes to bring this media to the motorcycle community.
Well, this has been a process of evolution. The whole thing starts with Cycle Source magazine 25 years ago. We grew it up from free distribution, little newspaper thing in my hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 8 years in, we went to the national newsstands, and then started to realize as the motorcycle industry was going down, we were wrestling with the same challenges that all print media did. The social media and digital media was growing so fast. A lot of my contemporaries, rather than embrace that, demonized it. With us, every time there was a new piece of equipment, if it was MySpace, Facebook, we grabbed onto it and we found a way to incorporate it. Well, all of that ultimately leads to, you can basically do your own television now if you have the time to put in to learn the equipment and know what you're doing. The access is there. With systems like Wirecast and OBS, you can do your own broadcast. So what we did was go to our existing advertisers. We cobbled together what would be considered like a social media network by broadcast and multicast, restreaming through their channels, and it gives like a one voice to the motorcycle community by going through 15 or 20 different channels at once.
So with this year's Wheels of Steel, for folks that might not be able to make it, what will you be able to bring to the table?
Pretty much everything. I mean, the big opportunity here for us as the media company, we're completely invested in the motorcycle community. What's special about this, and a lot of people out there might not understand it, but the motorcycle show circuit has kind of dwindled over the years. We had some giants in place like the Easy Rider Show Tour, and the stuff that was happening with the IMS through the winter has changed. So it's left a real vacuum for quality shows. And when I saw the kind of property that Wheels of Steel has, that they're working with, the kind of collection of builders, because they are literally some of the best builders in the country from all segments. So you'll have the top of the bagger guys, you'll have the top of the performance crowd, the top chopper builders are going to be at this show. So this is a great place to start planting the seeds of other shows that we could possibly cooperate on, moving across the country and into the future.
Now, Jason, we know it's going to be a 2-day event. We know it's at the RP Funding Center. Give me dates and tell me some of the builders you got coming in and some of the things that they might be able to see.
Well, so it is a 2-day event. It's going to be December 11th and 12th, which is a Saturday and Sunday. So load-in is going to be on Friday for competitors. The one thing I want to make sure everybody knows, while we do have some of the biggest names in the business coming in and bringing their motorcycles to show, it is an open competition. So if you're a home builder and you want to, and you're working really hard on these passion projects that you have, we want to see them. We want to give you a venue to where you can show too. And every bike in competition is going to be eligible for the Rick Hallman Legacy Award, which, as you may remember from the first year, so we created an award in my late father's name. This is the best bike in the building, and it's an artist-owned trophy. So the artist that won it last year was a gentleman named James Elkhorn from Alleyway Customs in Jacksonville. And so he built the best bike in the show, right? And so he goes home and he's charged with building a new trophy, and then he has to come back and pick his favorite. So the reason why we did that is so we can kind of compartmentalize that this is an artist-owned trophy, and artists give it to each other every year, and then in order to win it, you have to agree to that you will build the trophy for the next year and make that selection. So we're creating this community around the show where we have professional builders, guys like Curtis Hoffman, Cody Childress, Corey Souza, as you mentioned, Tom Keller, Bill Dodge from Bling Cycles. I mean, these are guys that have spent their entire, professional careers building quality motorcycles for themselves and other people that have gotten lots of shine. But there's lots of local builders. I always tell Chris all the time, like, we haven't seen the best bike ever built yet. It's sitting in someone's garage, and he's got a little, he's got all the tools he needs and all these great ideas, and we haven't seen it yet. So we want to make sure that those people bring their bikes out too. So there's open competition and professional competition going head to head.
Well, we got just a little bit of time left, Jason. Inspire those to make sure they check out the show. You don't have to be a person that rides a motorcycle. As you said, it is an art, and some of those works of art are incredible.
Right, and we always started out as Motorcycles as Art was our initiative, and we wanted to provide a great place, an awesome venue. We think we have the best venue in Central Florida, and we know it. And we're going to make sure that we put on a good show for people, so they're going to get their money's worth.
We are literally lucky enough this year to have some of the motorcycles from the Sons of Speed races. Now, for non-motorcycle people that don't know what this is, Billy Lane a number of years ago started a race series called Sons of Speed, which are 100-plus-year-old motorcycles that race on a bank track.
Looking forward to it, and looking forward to seeing you guys out there, guys.
All right, thanks, Brian.
Now in its third year, Central Florida's Wheels of Steel is entering an exciting new chapter. After 2 solid years of developing a premier motorcycle showcase, join them December 11th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and December 12th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the RP Funding Center at 701 Lime Street in Lakeland. Cost for the event is $25 for a weekend pass. Now, if you need more details, you can check them out on the web at www.cfwheelsofsteel.com or give them a call, 863-754-2959.